On with Ava Knight right now, superstar boxer who's transitioning to the MMA world. So first off, gotta ask you, why make the move? Why go into MMA?
The biggest thing that I've always thought of is just because I can. Being an athlete, having the opportunity and just putting all the things together, and I have the opportunity to do it. Why not? Why not challenge myself to be great at something that I've never done before?
When did you first get this idea or want to make this jump?
I didn't realize how long ago it was, but in 2015 I got an offer from Invicta, and it just, obviously it wasn't enticing enough for me to bite on it, but it's been around for a little while that I've wanted to try to get into MMA because one reason was because women were getting treated better, but second is just being an athlete and wanting to try something new and thinking that, hey, if I can fight and get my head beat up, why not try something else too?
And how long has it been MMA training, more than boxing training?
What do you mean? How has it been?
Well, how long have you been doing it, and how has it been?
Okay, so after getting that call in 2015, I dabbled in and out of, kickboxing and jiu-jitsu, and that was kind of the main thing of being in and out of it. And since I wasn't boxing in that year, it really was all that I did. But then as time came and I got signed to Mayweather Promotions, I started focusing on boxing until recently we got the opportunity about mid last year. My friend Jay Glazer is the one who came up with the idea, dude, we got the opportunity, let's go to Bellator, let's do this. And I was on board. I was just excited to try it, and ever since then, probably this last 6 months, just doing wrestling and just trying to grind out the things that I've never done before.
With the MMA bout right ahead of you, have you thought about boxing or when you want to get in the ring again?
I did just get a call about getting a fight after this, so I don't know. I think it all depends on how this fight goes and see what we have after this, and just kind of look at the better opportunities and where I want to be in my life. I think I'm excited. I'm so excited for this MMA bout, and I'm excited to see what happens after it. And, I can't say that I'm strict on going from boxing to MMA back to boxing, and that's the code, but I think it's just whatever I feel like after this.
Would bouncing back and forth between the two sports be something you'd be open to?
Yeah, I don't see a reason why I wouldn't be. I'm so familiar. I mean, I've been boxing for 18 years. It's not new. There's nothing new that I can learn. There's nothing new that someone can bring to the table. It's really just how tough are you and how in shape are you. And that to me is already in my head that I don't really need to do too much when it comes to boxing. It's really just get in shape and be me. But when it comes to MMA, it's just a lot of learning. So, and I'm actually happy and having fun learning all these new things. It's hard, but it's fun.
You're learning new things, but you also have a lot of combat sports experience, 25 professional fights under your belt. How much will that experience be invaluable when it comes to the nerve factor of a big stage?
I think it's very valuable because, like I said, I've been a champion in boxing. I've boxed my whole life. I'm already used to the hard work and the grind and getting beat up and the hard sparring sessions. So walking into this fight, I actually don't have any fear. I'm not scared. I think one of the reasons is because I really don't know what to expect. Maybe that'll change the sooner it gets to it. But, sparring, being in the gym sparring with people doing MMA, and strictly MMA and sparring and just doing wrestling, I'm having a really good time. So I don't think that it's going to bother me, especially that, this whole boxing career, it's just being tough-minded.
What kind of unique advantage do you think your boxing experience poses there in the cage?
I think the biggest advantage is the mentality, is that being a champion, I'm always going to be one. In my head, I'm always going to try hard. I don't think it matters what sport you do, as long as in your head, you stay focused, you stay calm, you make sure you handle every situation with the right poise, you get through it. It's not really you muscle through it. the harder you do it, the harder you work, the harder you get out of it. Like, no, it's really just having that mentality strength and knowing what you're doing and finding the best way out of every situation that doesn't work for you.
Having boxed for so long, spending so much time working on your grappling, how would you describe being away from that area and into the other?
I actually took 2 years off from boxing before to work, so it wasn't really a big deal for me to step away for a little bit and do wrestling because I was still active. I was still in the gym. I still can go to the boxing gym if I want to. It's not like it's something that it's a far distance away from me. It's that I get to do all this other stuff, and if I want to, I still can go box.
Do you feel there's any lessons that you can take away or learn from watching Holly Holm, Heather Hardy, other female boxers that made the crossover?
To be honest, no. I think the one that I've learned the most from was Jacek. And the main thing was, even though she was a kickboxer, obviously she's very good at it, her takedown defense was amazing. And when it comes to everyone else, I don't really see the best better than her, and I'm not saying I'm comparing myself to Jacek because but she was a champion kickboxer, and a lot of people think just because I just did boxing, I'm not going to do well, and I know that comparison is there, but in my mind, I'm a fighter, and I feel like as long as I stick to the things that I need to learn, and the people tell me that I need to learn, because they know from experience, it's the best thing I have.
And on that same kind of note, how much is a fight still a fight once the bell sounds, there's two fighters, there's a referee, you're in a battlefield?
Yeah, a fight's a fight. Combat is combat. Like, I've been getting my ass whipped for 18 years. That's what I tell people, in the ring, outside the ring, in the gym. Like, what's new? Like, it's just another day in another ring with another person. And at the end of the day, you walk away and you did your job. You either did a good one or you did a bad one. And I don't plan on doing a bad job.
You're going to be going in there and using some new skills, though. So is there a different feeling or thought process in lead up to this one? Because even though it's going to be a fight, it will be a different experience than what you've had before.
Of course. I mean, I think that's what all the sparring has gotten me ready for, and learning from fine girls, fine guys, and having people who kick the crap out of my legs, having people take me down and try to get up. Like, that's all been difficult. And I understand this fight isn't like going into my boxing fight, but it is just another day, in the gym or in the ring or in the cage. It's just trying to be the better person.
From the many nuances and the rule set that you're ingrained to working on, what were some of the biggest early adjustments for you?
Distance. Boxing distance is very different than MMA distance, but being tall and long, I really still do have a longer advantage, with longer kicks and jabs. So it's just using all my athletic abilities to my advantage, as well as just knowing that where my body's at and how to use it right.
Talking about your body, have you felt like you've gotten any different condition for MMA versus what you were doing for boxing?
I mean, my legs have been beat up when I say that. Like, I've been checking kicks and getting kicked in the thighs, and it hasn't been fun. When I'm thinking, man, boxing isn't this hard. But then someone does boxing, and it is hard, because I've been doing it so long, it's just not that hard. But I mean, I've taken it with a grain of salt and just been happy. And, going home with sore legs, I feel accomplished. And I'm glad I'm not old enough to where I'm, like, aching for 3 weeks, but I'm still just ready to get up and get to the gym the next day.
Having now seen both sides, MMA and boxing, how much different is the promoting of both sports?
It's very different. Having boxed in different places. I know this was the first time I've ever been promoted in boxing by an American promotion. But when I boxed in Mexico, they actually treated women very well. They promoted women well, and I feel like that compared to MMA is pretty similar. But I know in MMA, they treat women like fighters. They treat them like athletes. They have a chance to be successful and make money and be on TV. And that's the big difference when it comes to American promoters in boxing. They just don't want to give women the time of day. And I don't really understand why, except the fact that boxing is just an old man sport. And they still really don't want to see women hit each other. And that's tough when MMA is such a young sport with young fans, and they just want to see two people brawl. And the mentality different on the fans is what makes a difference in the sport.
How much did those factors play into your decision to give this sport a go?
It did a little bit. I can't say it wasn't a huge decision. It was just the fact that I knew that I had the chance to be great in something that I had never done before. And boxing my whole life, it's really, what can I do? I can win another title, and then I can win another title, and then I can defend it. It's like, why not just try something new and see how much you love it, see how much you like it. I love boxing. I'll never give it up, but it's just to the point where it's monotonous, and now I can try something new. Like, I love throwing kicks, and I love wrestling now, and it's something that I think that whether I box or quit MMA or quit boxing, like, it's just something that I would do all around.
Has it almost lit a new fire under you?
100%. I thought I lost that fire a few years ago. Just in general, when it came to sports, it's been tough for me, you know, as a boxer and a fighter, to try to get the respect that I felt I deserved. And I actually got the fire back my last fight. Not my last fight, the fight before in Los Angeles when I got cut. And I was like, I'm better than this. I'm tougher than this. Like, I'm not some person that sticks and moves. I'm a fighter. And when I got into the MMA gym, and that was the main thing that I wanted to focus on, was being a fighter and a brawler, because that's when I knocked those out boxing, is when I became that person. So I'm happy that I'm in this place in MMA where I get to bring that back out of me. And it's a huge fire that's been boiling under me since I started there.
And back in California for the fight, does that almost add a little incentive that you had that unsatisfactory, the cut, the stoppage to the fight, and now you're going back to the same area to compete in MMA?
I'm excited to be in California. California is the best place for me. I was born and raised in Northern California, even though it's very different from Southern. But it's just like being home. People know me. People know me as a boxer. People know me just as a fighter. I'm excited to get the new fans, the old fans, interested in what I'm doing with my life. And I feel like Southern California right now is a mecca for MMA, and it's great to be here.
Did you expect to be enjoying, it sounds like you're really enjoying it, enjoying this process of getting ready for this first fight as much as you are?
It's so funny because one of my coaches, Jay Glazer, is just like, we're all fucked up in the head. You know, we're fighters. That's what we are. And I kind of think about that. Like, even though I go home in pain, I'm like, man, I love this. Like, I can't wait till tomorrow. Or I'm just like, I don't even want to go in tomorrow, but I'm going to because because I can, and I'm going to do this. So it's just like this crazy mentality of having all these different thoughts go through your head, but still just wanting to grind it out.
And is there also an energy with you, excited to show people the martial artist you are? Because on paper, everybody's going to hear your caliber and your resume of boxing and expect strictly a boxer.
You know, obviously the best thing for me to do is, if I can, is just box, which would be great. You know, obviously I don't think that's going to happen, but it would be great to go in and just show that I have more than that. I have more tools in my toolbox than a 1 and a 2, and I think a lot of people are going to be surprised.
Ava, I got to thank you for the time. It was great getting to talk to you.
Yeah, thank you.